Hi, we're back with What's Wrong with This Picture with Dennis Guillaume. I'm Dave Dufour, and you're watching RV Newsnet at rvnn.tv. Dennis, we were talking about what you really need to take good pictures, and it occurs to me that when we're traveling, whether it's with family or friends or children, or just even all by ourselves down the road, that there are so many occurrences, wonderful things that happen, great memories, great events that we know about that happen along the way. Even those little disasters that sometimes befall us that somehow prove how resourceful that we can be. All of these are once in a lifetime opportunities while we're RVing, and it seems to me that you really want to capture those, but you get one chance. So, as a photographer and as a traveler, as an RVer, I want to be sure that I've got what I need to capture those moments that I can share with others later on. So what is it that I really need to be a great photographer on the RV trail?
Well, actually, perhaps surprising to most people is that just about any camera that you can get your hands on is going to be just fine.
Okay.
The real question is, what are you going to do with the pictures once you've got them captured? But the equipment really can be almost anything. We've got here on the table cell phones that have become pretty sophisticated, by the way.
Okay.
These things now are producing that word megapixels, more megapixels than we would have ever dreamt a number of years ago. It used to be that 1 megapixel, 1.4 megapixels was a very capable camera, and now we don't see those anymore because everything is more capable.
Right.
But so as a result, what you have is probably good enough. The question is, do you know how to use it? Have you spent some time with your manual and experimented a little?
Okay.
And then the other major problem that we tend to see is when people forget that volume makes a difference here. Take pictures, take lots of pictures. There is no shame in taking a whole bunch of pictures. And today, because we don't have to pay to have film developed, the digital world makes it very affordable to take as many pictures as you want to ensure that you get that one good one.
Of course, what we have today, like a lot of things in the digital world, we have we end up with sort of information overload. You can take many pictures, and then the trick, of course, is figuring out which ones do you really want to keep and which ones do you really don't care about anymore. So that's another aspect of what we're going to be talking about as the show progresses into future episodes. But that is an issue.
That old phrase, "practice makes perfect," is true not just with musical instruments, but it's also true with something like photography. The more you practice, the more you take lots of pictures, you begin to train your eye to see that special picture, the one that a lot of people might miss. And once you've taken that time to really go from one, taking a number of pictures, you'll find yourself taking fewer because you see the shot.
You become a better seer, in other words. So again, it's the
and
practice.
you're throwing away less as a result.
When I was growing up, my grandfather was one of these people who took picture after picture, kind of almost too much, and people would become, even family members would say, "Oh, okay, stop, Grandpa, we got to stop." But the fact of the matter is, after the fact, when he came back with gorgeous pictures, because the more pictures he took, the better he got, then the family was so grateful to have those pictures, and we are today. I mean, he's gone, but the pictures kind of live on. Anyway, but megapixels, we shouldn't get hung up about megapixels, because look, here, see, this is my cell phone. It has a 3.2 megapixel camera in it, which surprises the daylights out of me, but it's got the same number of megapixels as this camera. So are they the same?
Not exactly. A lot of difference can be found in, for example, the kind of lens that happens to be on this telephone camera or cell phone camera, as opposed to something like the point-and-shoot camera that you have over there. There's a little bit bigger lens, so and the material may be glass there and plastic here.
Okay.
So the quality of the image may change a little bit. Megapixels is not the key to everything.
But seeing is the key to is sort of the key to everything.
Right.
Let's we have a few photos here that we can look at as well. Before we get to that, one of the philosophies that we wanted to talk about in this, and Dennis is kind of we've pre-planned this a little bit, but the whole idea is to follow a process of 3 words with photography. And what are those?
First of all is compose.
Compose.
We're going to compose the picture in our mind. We're going to see it. We're going to learn to visualize what it might look like. And then we're going to expose it. We're going to take the equipment we have, whatever it might be, and we're going to actually take the picture.
Right.
And so once we've exposed the picture, captured it, then the next question is, how are we going to dispose of it, the disposition in terms of how we might use it, how we might store it, and organize it.
Because we're going to be talking about those 3 words a lot here on What's Wrong with This Picture, both individually and separately, but just keep those in your head because you're going to hear that phrase, compose, expose, and dispose, which does not mean throw them away. It means, how are you going to handle those pictures afterwards? So those are 3 important concepts that we're going to be working with. We have some pictures to look at where we can kind of show how we're able to take photos with not necessarily the highest end equipment. So let's take a look at a couple of these here. First one that we have is a photo that was taken, this is with a 1.2 megapixel camera. This looks like this is a picture of Napa Valley that I took a number of years ago with a 1.2 megapixel camera. And the composition is really kind of what makes it, because the sharpness is not necessarily there.
No, but it's not bad.
Okay.
You see, and it depends on what you're going to do with it. If you're going to send
advice from Dennis here, that's what the point is. Yes.
If you're going to send it on the internet to your friends as you're driving down the road in your RV and you decide this would be something I really want my friends and family to see back home,
right?
Then it doesn't have to be from a huge, large megapixel camera.
Okay.
It's going to look fine.
Now, what's this next one that
we're
looking at?
The next one is a mountain called Aconcagua, and it's in the Andes. It's the tallest mountain in the world outside of Asia. And I happened to catch that one out of an airplane window shooting through a couple layers of plastic. And it was in the evening. You see all that pink color in there. That was in the evening, about 6:30, flying west toward Chile.
So, and you were able to actually get a great shot out of even under that less than ideal circumstance. So that's terrific. We're going to take a break now, and when we come back, we're going to look at a couple of photos, or at least one photo, and discuss how it could have been made better and maybe how it was made better. Stay tuned on What's Wrong with This Picture on RV Newsnet at rvnn.tv. Stick with us. For more TV like this from the world of RVs, head to rvnn.tv.